Okay, in a few seconds. Thank you very much, our viewers, witnesses. It's a very good afternoon to you. Complaints that were raised on your news network, ZimI, regarding Nyaradzo funeral assurance plan have resulted in the company apologizing to the complainant. This is a policy holder who called us in the morning, and she detailed, in actual fact, it's not just this morning, several days before. So she had this bill of complaints stretching for the period that she alleges she has been struggling with the company. But quickly, she joins us right now. Tell us, we published this post in the morning. What is the update?
Oh, thank you so much for reaching out. I did publish, got in touch with ZimI because this was my last ditch, having struggles to make any headway with Nyaradzo. So since we spoke, Nyaradzo has been very swift to get in touch with me. They have resolved that it was an error on their part, and that I do not owe them any monies whatsoever. They've gone on and clarified that I have been paid. I have paid them. I've paid my premiums for this policy up to and including November. And so they have actually written me confirmation that I do not owe them anything.
So what was the problem at the onset?
The problem is, I think their customer services personnel who dealt with my queries initially, I think they're saying that they may have misinformed me.
Okay, but and so what? Just give us an overview of what really happened to you, so that those who are coming in who have got no clue what this was about can understand.
Okay, so
what did you lose? Did you lose?
It was premiums that have been paid for the whole year, which the Nyaradzo then turned around and said because of the fluctuations in local currency, instead of being paid up to November, I'd actually paid up to December, and this was the state of things last week.
So your complaint was just over a statement by them to say that you didn't pay premiums. You didn't lose anything. It was just your peace of mind.
Yes, and also I stood to actually then pay them almost $200 for the period that my account is in arrears. The online portal, I've got an online portal with Nyaradzo. It is showing that I've paid up and including November. But when I've walked into Nyaradzo, somebody did that on my behalf last week, but this has been dating back since April. They walked into Nyaradzo last week and they were advised that the online portal tells a different story from the actual thing that Nyaradzo will have in office. So that is when we were advised that we owe Nyaradzo about £200 to get up to date with the account arrears.
So why should that really bother you that you have to get to us? Because what I'm saying is, what are you losing? Because it could be an issue of timing. That maybe one of these days the records are all going to reconcile.
The records were reconciled. As of last week, their records were reconciled to be told that we need to disregard the online portal. It is not up to date. We need to, even though this is what has been showing since April 2024, that I'm paid up and including November, but then that is not up to date according to the customer services person who dealt with us last week.
Right,
I was losing peace of mind. I was losing trust in the company that I entered into a contract with them, and they go on and derelict that. And especially considering that if anything had happened between June and November now, and I didn't know that my account was in arrears, they have not made any communications that I'm in arrears. So if one of my assured lives on that policy had sadly died, we would have got into a wrangle with Nyaradzo, who then expect money And when I look back into my records, actually, I've had incidences where I've paid these monies, these premiums, 6 months in advance, because sometimes it's very difficult to find money in Zimbabwe to pay this because it's paid in local currency. I've gone to Nyaradzo before, physically walked into Nyaradzo, and they actually said I want to transfer it into a USD account, and they've told me that that it's not sensible to do that. Twice on two separate occasions, keep it as a local currency account. So I was losing peace of mind, and especially feeling very frustrated that you enter into a contract and they derelict the contract obligations without even alerting me. And yeah, I was really angry. But as of this morning, after you put this out, the Nyaradzo have come back, and I think they have, in an obviously they've got business to their business. What do you call it?
Reputation.
They've got to protect their business. But I think the gentleman I've dealt with all day, he's called me several times. He reassured me that I'm with the best, in good hands. They've rectified where they've gone wrong, and I really appreciate that. But it didn't have to take me to come to you, Zimai, to actually air this out to people, because, well, the reason I did that is I actually feared that there's more people who are probably going through the same situation as I have been going through. And if my story can change a culture, I'd really, really be very happy with that.
Right. Okay. So, are you supposing that someone could actually have a funeral and then they refuse to pay?
That has happened. Yes, we've seen this on social media.
Has that happened? Are you sure that has happened before?
I've seen stories on social media, even in the online newspapers, where you've not paid up and they want you to cough. I'm talking from also a point of view where this issue emanated from my father having died in March. And I'd actually paid Nyaradzo at the end of February for premiums for March. And then seeing that my dad was poorly and we were losing him, I just went into my online portal. So I'm telling you that I'd paid February, at the end of February, I'd paid for March, but somewhere around mid-March, I then realized my account was in arrears despite having paid for March. So I actually rushed to pay the difference, which was very minute, but because I've seen in the past where relatives end up haggling with the funeral companies,
yes,
because you've got arrears that need to be paid, despite you having paid into this policy for many, many, many years. On the day that you need it and you're found to be in arrears, it can cause a lot of headache. So I was trying to avoid that, which is the thing that has really bugged me, that between June, when my premiums are supposed to have been used up, that money that I put back in April, if it had been used up and they have not communicated, I would have actually gone into, fallen into that situation where you then you were trying to grieve, but also you're trying to find a plan, a solution to, your loved one who's died and they're not covered, despite my delusion since June that they were actually on the cover when, Nyaradzo decided they were not, because I'd not paid since June, even though my account is paid up and including November.
Right, I see now. Thank you very much. And maybe just give us your last remarks about Nyaradzo after this experience. Do you think things have improved? Do you think things...
I'm really impressed with the way they've swiftly moved in. But I hope.
How long was your frustration? 2 minutes, 2 hours?
I've been frustrated for a long time.
What is a long time? 2 minutes is a long time.
2 minutes is a long time. This indication was that there's the currency issues, yes, was probably from April. So between April and now, I've been trying to grieve for my dad, and I've kind of last week decided, let me tackle this head on. Otherwise, this has been since April. And I've posted all this information to Nyaradzo, to the gentleman who got in touch.
So you're actually accusing this company of neglecting you for over April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
I think
you're accusing them of failing to respond for 8 months and only responding because a news article has been published.
This is what I can categorically agree with. Yes, that is what I'm. Yes, but since this went out, I'm happy to say Nyaradzo has stepped up.
Right.
But my fear is, I hope it's not just me. I hope they,
it's not just because the media have exposed it.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. And I look forward to the best, and hopefully you won't have to come back to us.
Do you know what? I think after today, all these options that I've explored in the past is what I'm now exploring with Nyaradzo. Hopefully, sealing a deal tomorrow, because I'd always wanted to have an account that I can manage from here. And this is the 2 occasions that I walked into Nyaradzo and they said, no, keep it separate, because I've also got a policy with Nyaradzo, their international plan from the UK. And so I wanted to merge those 2, and I was told no, but as of today, that has been made possible. So I'm in the process of merging my accounts so I can manage them in a more transparent and efficient way.
Well, thank you very much. Look forward to speaking with you soon.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate your involvement because it has yielded me some results.
No, you're welcome. All the best, and do let us know if you need us again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Yes, obviously, it's a very good evening to you. If you're coming in right now, I know if you're coming from Zimbabwe, it would nearly be 7 p.m. right now. There is a screenshot that has been circulated on social media. We've seen some of these on WhatsApp, that is suggesting that the ex-wife of the Vice President Constantino Chiwenga has died. That screenshot and anything related to it is fake news. It is not and has never been true, and it is not and has never been published anywhere in the news. If you see it, we ask you to recognize it as it truly is. A photoshopped, fake piece of propaganda against the mother of 5, Mary Mubaiwa, who is struggling to get her kids. Whoever is circulating this screenshot or screenshots, please tell them not to do so. They are hurting a mother who we have diligently covered her plight for over 6, if not 7 years. That article, whatever it is, has not been generated by ZimEye at any time. We have checked. It has neither been generated by any news publication at any time. Whatever is out there is fake, false, misleading, but also very cruel. Any human being who does that must be advised, or at least cautioned, to stop this circulating of content that is harmful to other citizens, such as that. Musatenderedze zvima screenshot zviri kutenderedzwa pamawhatsapp apa zvichinzi yanga iri news iri kuafecta upenyu hwaMary Mubaiwa kana kuti Mary Chiwenga. Manyepo iwawo musatenderedze zvinhu zvekunyepa. Kana uchida kunzwisisa iwo chinhu chapublisher, unongopressa button woinda kuwebsite yachona iyoyo iri kunzi yapublisher, wonozvionera ikoko kwete kuwhatsapp. Ngatisashandiswi nevanhu vasina hanya neupenyu hwevamwe vanhu. Ndatenda zvikuru sa. I'm going to be shutting. Thank you. Oh, by the way, we've got some comments here. Someone is saying, what happens if you don't pay for 8 months, but you've been paying for 2 years? Someone is saying, serious, Nyaradzo haiku nyaradzi. Okay, praise God. Chiadzo says, anzi Nyaradzo haiku ya nyaradzi. Okay, panya Nyaradzo Apo. I don't know about that. I think we should bring the company here, and so let them respond. What do you think, Zimbabweans? And they've demonstrated today that at least they try kuita whatever it is, even though she accuses them of not doing anything for over 7 months. Right, we're going to be shutting now. Thank you.